You're listening to Eastview Patriot Football live on the home of the Patriots. SHN Sports.
Hey, it's gonna be tough. You're gonna be hard. You're gonna be hard. You're gonna battle. You're gonna fight. You're gonna fight. You're gonna do it for one another. Do it for one another. Do it for each other. You're gonna do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. You're gonna do it for us. Go out with this win. Go out with this win. It's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling. It's an awesome feeling.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Birkelbach Field here in Georgetown, Texas. There's a cold front rolling in this weekend, but it's hot as ever here in Georgetown, where the Bastrop Bears are set to take on the Eastview Patriots here on SHN Sports. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us tonight here on Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. My name is Travis Banks. Stephen Strong, unfortunately unable to be with us this evening. Our best wishes and our thoughts and prayers go out to Stephen, who had some medical work done this afternoon, and he's at home resting up. As for the Eastview Patriots, you've got to hope that they rested themselves up after, well, quite frankly, an embarrassing performance last week against Brenham, where after holding a 31-7 halftime lead, the Patriots ended up losing the game by a score of 35-34, only scoring a field goal in the entire second half, a 20-yarder successful kick by Reed Honstein. As for Brenham, they just went off, scoring 28 points in the second half. A switch at quarterback ignited that comeback, as in the third quarter, their backup quarterback came into the game, scored 2 quick touchdowns, went back out of the game due to an injury, and then the original starter, Garrison Weiss, came back in, threw for 2 more touchdowns, and that sealed the deal for the Cubs' victory on their homecoming evening. We'll have more on last week's game coming up here after we take a brief pause for the singing of our national anthem.
Captains meeting at the middle of the field tonight for the coin toss. From the Bastrop Bears, number 4, Jaquan Critton. Number 34, Tyron Smith. Number 70, Tyrone Wilson. And number 82, Zavon Vernon. Captains for Eastview tonight. Number 4, Antoine Mays. Number 11, Jeremiah Knight. And number 53, Jordan Hatley. Also captain tonight, senior manager Eduardo Marino.
Right. That's what you won the toss and you decided to defer. You'll be receiving the ball and that's what will be kicking from the clock. So let's just
May I have everyone's attention? This is a special announcement for all in attendance for tonight's football contest between the Eastview Patriots and the Bastrop Bears. At the beginning of this football season, the Eastview Patriots began honoring the service and sacrifice of our Armed Forces veterans and current servicemen and women attending our home games. This week, we recognize aviation boatswainsmate First Class Christopher Coughlin. He served in the U.S. Navy for 10 years. His career in the Navy was cut short due to injuries sustained in support of combat operations in Afghanistan shortly after the 9/11 attacks. Working at sea and on land, Petty Officer Coughlin was continually recognized for outstanding achievement and dedicated service. After Petty Officer Coughlin retired from the U.S. Navy, he continued to coach, teach, and mentor young men and other at-risk youth to reach their goals and strive for success. He is the father of Eastview senior defensive back number 28, Jordan Coughlin, and Eastview class of 2016 wide receiver, Landon Amador. Eastview will also pay a special tribute to all our veterans and current servicemen and women in the surrounding area during our Military Appreciation Week on game on the 26th of October at 7:30 p.m. when the Patriots compete against Pflugerville Weiss here at the Georgetown ISD Athletic Complex. Tonight, we also honor those men and women of our armed forces that made the ultimate sacrifice in giving their lives for this great country so that we can enjoy the freedoms stated in the Constitution of the United States. At this time, we ask that all veterans and current servicemen and women supporting both teams to stand and be recognized. Please stand and join us in remembrance with a moment of silence and reflection for their sacrifice and their service. Please direct your attention to the north end zone as the cadets from Liberty Battalion present the colors for tonight's game, accompanied by the Eastview Fife and Drum Corps.
We cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, I mean, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. And there's one
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Chris Douglas and Morgan Kramer, the Eastview Choir will now sing our national anthem.
Enjoying the American classic. The American classic. That's right, the All-American go again.
Choose a chili cheese coney or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger with tots for just $2.99.
Please remain standing as the colors exit the field.
Thanks. Like a smart thing. What's the weather?
Sunny. Perfect chicken eating weather.
How'd you get in here?
It's time for chicken.
What's the traffic like?
Rerouting you to chicken.
Hey, Calzo, order pizza.
Ordering chicken.
No, pizza.
Chicken.
Thank you.
Now that's smart.
A fantastic fantastic rendition of the national anthem and honoring our troops and our armed forces as Eastview Patriots like to live up to their namesake and do each and every week they set foot onto the field. And we're just moments away here from kickoff at Bastrop ISD Stadium. Eastview versus Bastrop. And Bastrop, a team that has not had much success here in the past couple of years, comes into tonight's game a surprising 4-1 overall record. And the results of those games, they started off with a win 36-14 against Rudder on week 1. Then they defeated Reagan by a score of 61-3 back on September 6th. In week 3 on September 14th came their only loss to Porterville-Conley by a score of 26-16. They then opened up district play on the road in Porterville versus the brand new Weiss High School, winning that game by a score of 19-7. And last week, they narrowly defeated their crosstown rival Cedar Creek by a score of 29-28. And they look to take a commanding 3-0 lead in district play here tonight with a win over Eastview, who comes into tonight's game 2-3 overall, 1-1 in district. Of course, you remember the district win 38-14 2 weeks ago in this very stadium versus Marble Falls, and last week's meltdown loss against Brenham, losing by a score, one single PAT, and they'll look to rebound from that tragic loss that really upset a lot of their players and fans this week. The kick is up and it is underway here at Georgetown ISD Stadium, Birkelbach Field. The return man is Isaiah Quentin Jackson, and he takes the return all the way to about the 20-yard line, where he will be brought down, and the Eastview Patriots will get set to go to work first here on offense. Team captains for tonight's game for Eastview: number 4, Antoine Mays, who caught 2 touchdowns last week against Brenham; number 11, Jeremiah Knight; number 53, Jordan Hatley, and one of the trainers. First down and 10 now. Ball on the 21-yard line. It's a handoff to Zion Hester, and he has nowhere to go. He might have even lost a yard on that carry. And that sets up second down. As Zion Hester tries to run up the middle right there. Second down and 10. No gain on that play. Jackson Colson takes the snap, hands off to Zion Hester. Zion running up the middle yet again and gaining maybe a yard on that carry. Shades of last week, where they tried to get something going on the ground to run out the clock and never really could. And it ended up ultimately costing them the game. And that brings up third down and 9 here for the Eastview Patriots. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right side. Zion Hester on his right at running back as well. Jackson Colson makes some adjustments to his line of scrimmage and finally gets the snap off. He fakes a handoff to Hester. He throws over to the right side. He's got his man, but overthrows the intended receiver, Devon Little. That pass falls incomplete, going out of bounds, and that brings up a 4th down and a punting situation for Eastview. Not the way they wanted to get this game started off, especially following what was an offensive, a meltdown on offense and defense last week against Brenham, blowing a 31-7 halftime lead.
What's the traffic like?
Rerouting you to chicken.
Okay. Hey, Calzo, order pizza.
Ordering
Back
chicken.
to return for Bastrop is number 13, Lazarus Faz, and the punter, Reed Honstein, didn't quite get enough of that punt. It rolled off the side of his foot and didn't even cross the 50, so a horrific offensive possession for Eastview to begin the game, and now their defense has to come out on the field after blowing a 31-7 lead last week against Brenham, and they have to take on a Bastrop offense that's been pretty good over the last couple of weeks. So it'll be 1st and 10 Bastrop on the Eastview 45-yard line. It's a fake handoff, a read option. The quarterback keeps it. He runs to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and is brought down around the 31-yard line. On the quarterback keeper there was number 11, Desmond Young. He's got a first down and a whole lot more for Bastrop. And we'll take a brief timeout as we have an injured Patriot on the field. That is the Antoine Mays. See a bit of double dip action tonight, playing both offense and defense. And he's helped up by a trainer and able to get off the field under his own power. That's always good to see. Opportunity to thank you for joining us tonight for Friday Night Football here on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Stephen Strong, suffering from some medical issues, couldn't be here tonight. This opportunity to remind you we're always looking for broadcast sponsors as well. We'll tell you how you can sponsor these broadcasts after this snap. First down and 10 on the 31-yard line for Bastrop. The quarterback drops back, and he has a man and nearly intercepted by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. The pass intended for Nathan Wayner. What happened is Isaiah Quentin Jackson spun around and jumped in front of the route, and both guys ended up falling onto the field. But Isaiah Quentin Jackson had to jump and nearly got the interception. He just couldn't hold on to the ball. So that brings up second down and 10 for the Bears. It's a handoff. It's another read option. The quarterback keeps it, and he rushes up the middle for a gain of 5, maybe 6 yards as Bastrop continues to just march down the field here. That brings up third down, and officially a 5-yard gain, so it's third down and 5. Ball is on the 26-yard line. Quarterback Desmond Young takes the snap. He fakes a handoff, and he ends up throwing a fade route to his wide receiver inside the 5. It falls incomplete. That pass play broken up by Isaiah Quentin Jackson. The pass intended for number 23, Chris Henderson. That's a fourth down, and you got to think Bastrop will be thinking field goal as the ball is on the 26-yard line. That would be about a 43-yard attempt from here. So depending on Bastrop coach,
we cure 80% of children with cancer. If you think about that, go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%.
Might see a field goal, but no, Bastrop is going to stay on the field for a fourth down and 5.
That's beating this thing.
And here we go. Desmond Young takes the snap, and he rolls out to the right side. It's a designed quarterback run. He's got space, and he has a first down. Rushes out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And he's got a first down and a whole lot more. He's got the Bears inside of the red zone for a first down. Ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. So Bastrop's still inside the red zone. First and 10 from the 19-yard line. Young fakes a handoff. He throws a screen pass to his wide receiver. It's caught, and the wide receiver makes the catch. That's number 4, Jaquay Creighton, And he's got the ball all the way inside the 15, knocked out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. So a gain of 7, maybe 8 yards on that play. They're officially rolling it second down and 4.
Players you should be looking out for. We always start with the excellent top 10 and really no changes.
So second and 4 ball on the 13-yard line. Young
versus number 2. We have been talking about it.
Takes a read option up the middle, but there is a flag on the play at around the 12-yard line as well. That coming from the line judge, so it should be holding or offside. We'll see the referees decide here.
1 versus 2. We'll be talking about the Prep Super Bowl in just a little bit right now. Let's welcome in Barton Simmons, 24/7 Sports. Barton going to be joining us talking about a lot of recruiting storylines, including the Prep Super Bowl. We also have our guy Zach Poff, a guy called Mr. Everything, football editor over at Max Preps. He's on the phone because he is at Santa Ana Stadium getting ready for this
words.
One. Zach, good to have you, man. And Bart, sit tight here.
The referees are
Zach,
still figuring out what they want to do with this
right
call.
Now that you expect, and maybe how different this will be than the modern-day IMG one, which you were at a couple weeks ago.
It's a penalty on Eastview. It will be declined by Bastrop.
The modern-day game might have had more hype and anticipation because it was the first and only matchup between the two. But this one's for sure the game of the year. They play every year. They usually play twice a year. But this game is really a huge factor in determining who's going to be number one. And obviously there's a chance they could play again in the Southern Section Championship game. But the talent on the field is off the charts. You got 47 guys that are rated as 3-star recruits or higher. So that's pretty impressive right there. And it's a rivalry game. And it's the first time ever they're 1 and 2 playing against each other. So a lot on the line tonight for sure.
Zach, I got a couple notes here. Mater Dei won in 2017, St. John Bosco in 2016.
That'll bring up a second and
out of
goal
the last
for the
6
Bears
meetings as we're taking a
from
look
the
between
7-yard
these two
line.
schools, 180 to 178 in favor of Mater.
And I understand we were having some technical difficulties. I apologize for that, folks. We were having some audio from another game bleeding through from the computer. So this will be a 3rd down and 3 for the Bears. 3rd and goal. And it's a handoff to the running back. The running back pushes his way up the middle, and he breaks the plane. We'll wait and see what the referees rule. It looked to me at least like he broke the plane. I've not seen a signal for a touchdown yet, however. Jaquay Creighton was the back carrying the ball there. No, he did not break the plane. He got it all the way to the 1, but great defensive stand by the Eastview defensive lineman. And Jaquay Creighton will jump over the line on 4th and goal, and he makes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Bastrop. They score on their opening drive, and shades of last week, it's Eastview's defense giving up yet another touchdown. With 6:38 remaining in the first quarter, the Bears go up 6-0 pending the extra point here. And out to kick for the Bears is number 43, Carlos Martinez. The PAT is up, and it is good. So with 6:38 remaining in the first quarter, Bastrop leads it by a score of 7-0. We'll be right back after this. Back here at Birkelbach Field, where after their first offensive drive, the 4-1 Bastrop Bears lead it 7-0 over the Eastview Patriots. Thank you very much for joining us tonight for Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks, riding solo for the 2nd week in a row as Bastrop looks to kick off now. And it'll be a short kick returned by one of the Upmen at about the 25-yard line. And that Upman's got some space, and he makes it to the 35-yard line before being brought down. On the carry there, or on the return, I should say, is Carlos Ochoa, and he gains the Patriots a decent field position here. They'll be starting at their own 35-yard line after a offensive series to open up the game for Eastview that kind of resulted in, was reminiscent of last week's game where uncreative play calling led to the Patriots blowing a 31-7 lead against the Brenham Cubs in Brenham. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Jackson Colson hands off to the backup running back, and the backup running back is stuffed at the line, and he loses maybe 7 yards on that carry. He's brought down at about the 28-yard line. It was Mark Rodriguez on the carry there. Bastrop saw that run coming. It'll bring up 2nd down and 14 for the Patriots. Jackson Colson drops back, and he steps back up into the pocket, but is sacked by Bastrop, specifically number 82 for the Bears, Zevin Burnett, one of the team captains for the Bears. That'll be officially a 2-yard gain, but because Jackson Colson stepped into the pocket, they're still behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Ball on the 30-yard line. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation. He's in Zion Hester in motion. It's a swing pass to Hester. Hester makes the catch, but is brought down at the 25-yard line for an even bigger loss for the Patriots. There is a late flag on that play, however, so we will wait to see what the referees will say about that. But another disaster of an offensive series for the Patriots offense. Nothing but negative yardage. It is a defensive penalty on Bastrop. It's a 15-yard penalty, so Eastview will at least get some positive yardage from that play. However, it is too little too late, as they're still about 5 yards short from the 1st down marker. Actually, they will move the chains on that one. So Eastview catches a lucky break. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Jackson Colson fakes a handoff, and he throws. It's caught by number 22. He's got a 1st down and a little bit more. Making the catch is Devon Little, and he scampers his way across the 50-yard line for the biggest offensive gain in this game tonight for the Patriots as they go into hurry-up offensive mode. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Bastrop 49-yard line. Colson takes the snap, and it's a screen pass. Caught by number 5. He makes the catch, and he's got a couple of positive yards there, maybe 3. Making the catch there is Kobe Kavanaugh. Officially a 2-yard gain, brings up 2nd down and 8 as the Patriots hurry up yet again. Trips to the right. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation. Hands the ball off to Zion Hester, who breaks 2 tackles and gets a 1st down before being brought down just past the 35-yard line. So Zion Hester with a huge 1st down play for the Patriots as they're hurrying up yet again. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Jackson Colson takes the snap in the shotgun formation. It's a handoff to Hester, who has a huge hole up the middle. Hester makes it past the 30-yard line before being brought down. A gain of 6, maybe 7 yards on that play, brings up 2nd down for the Patriots. And Jackson Colson takes the snap again. It's a quick pass to Kobe Kavanaugh, caught at the 30-yard line. Kavanaugh breaks a tackle and cannot break a 2nd tackle as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. We'll see if the referees will give them a 1st down, depending on the spot of the ball, and they are not going to give the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and very short for the Patriots. Ball on the 29-yard line. Jackson Colson hands off to Zion Hester. Zion Hester breaks free for a 1st down and is brought down at the 20-yard line for a Patriots 1st down, as the Patriots are mad. That penalty on Bastrop seemingly lit a spark underneath their chairs, and they slow it down just a bit to make some substitutions on the field. 1st and 10 from the 20. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers on each side. He's got Zion Hester as the running back to his right. Colson doesn't like what he sees. He's adjusting the line. Bastrop in the 4-3 formation. And Jackson Colson takes the snap, drops back, and it's a fade route to a wide-open Devon Little in the end zone for the touchdown! 20 yards! Devon Little makes the catch on a fade route, and Eastview scores their 1st touchdown of the game, their 1st touchdown since the 2nd quarter of the Brenham game last week. The hurry-up offense working quite well. And Reed Honstein comes out to kick the PAT. The kick is up. And the point after is good. So with 3:46 remaining in the 1st quarter, Devon Little ties the game up with a 20-yard touchdown reception from Jackson Colson. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. I want to take this time to thank each and every one of you for spending your Friday nights with us here, watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Stephen Strong will be hopefully back with us next week, as he had to get some medical tests done today and could not make it here tonight to Georgetown, so we offer him our thoughts and prayers and our well wishes. And we want to also take this opportunity to tell you that you can help sponsor some of these broadcasts. We've got 4 remaining broadcasts after tonight for the season, and we can't put these on without the help of you, the fans. So if you're interested in sponsoring these broadcasts, they start as low as $25 a game. So feel free to reach out to Rob Hipp, the owner of SHN Sports. His email address is rob@shnsports.com. That's ROB@shnsports.com. rob@shnsports.com. We'd love to have your support for the remaining 4 games of the season. It's pretty crazy how it feels like just yesterday the football season was just starting, and now here we are in the middle of October, cold weather creeping in. And this is game number 6 of the season for both of these teams. Kickoff is up, and it is taken at the 15-yard line by Jaquay Creighton, and Creighton breaks free and rolls over to the right side of the field from the left side, and he cannot be brought down. Finally is at the 32-yard line. He broke about 2 tackles on that return and sets up some decent field position for Bastrop on their second offensive series and possession of the quarter so far. They scored a touchdown. And now the referees are calling offsides on Eastview on that kickoff. So Bastrop will gain a couple more yards for their series. Just 5 yards, so that will make it a 1st and 10 from the Bastrop 36-yard line for the Bears. Some fantastic running by the quarterback, Desmond Young, on the last offensive series, and that drive was capped off by a 1-yard jumping touchdown by Jaquay Creighton on 1st and 10. It's a screen pass to a wide receiver, caught at the 40 and immediately brought down is number 82, Zevin Burnett. Who is listed as not only a defensive end, but a tight end on this roster as well. And that'll be a 2nd down and 5, ball on the 41-yard line for the Bears. Desmond Young in the shotgun formation, and he hands the ball off to Creighton. Creighton rolls up the middle, spins around a defender, and is brought down just shy of the 1st down marker. Gain of about 4 on that carry, sets up a 3rd and 1 for the Bears offense. And if the Patriots could get a defensive stop here, it would be huge for their momentum and huge for their morale, because their defense has not performed up to par in the last 3 quarters of football that they have played. Here we go, 3rd and 1 from the 45-yard line. Young takes the snap and keeps it himself. He spins around the defense after faking a handoff to Creighton, and he's got a lot of room to run to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, brought down at the 15-yard line. Desmond Young with a great read option run. He spun around the entire defensive line and just ran all the way up the field and into the end zone. What a play! So it's 1st and 10 from the 15. Desmond Young hands the ball off to Jaquay Creighton, and Creighton makes his way up the middle to the 10-yard line before being brought down, and that's a gain of 5 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 5. So the Bears can get a 1st down inside the 5, but you know they're itching for that 2nd touchdown of the night. 2nd and 5 from the 10. Desmond Young with another fake handoff, and he keeps it himself and rolls out to the right side. He makes it all the way to about the 6-yard line before being pushed out of bounds, and that will set up another 3rd and 1 for the Bears, as Eastview has a 2nd chance at stopping the Bears on 3rd down on this drive. Creighton takes the snap, and he's got the 1st down on 3rd down, and he's brought down at the 2-yard line. So that'll set up a 1st and goal for the Bears at the 2-yard line, as Creighton just continues to marvel on the ground. And the Bears showing that they really don't need to attempt any passes. They can get everything done on the ground on this drive. First and goal from the 2. Young fakes a handoff to Creighton and rushes up the middle himself. Desmond Young brought down after diving to the 1-yard line. He did not make it into the end zone, but he did gain a yard on that play. It'll bring up second down and goal from the 1-yard line. More like second and inches from where the referee spotted the ball. As the clock continues to tick, 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. And Bastrop would like to end the first quarter with an exclamation point. Shotgun formation for Young. He hands the ball off to Creighton, and Creighton is stuffed in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, brought down at maybe the 4-yard line. That'll set up another huge third down for the Bears. A third and goal, a loss of 2 officially on that play. Third down and goal from the 3-yard line, and the Bears are just going to let the clock tick off, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Scores tied 7-7. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. We're back here at Birkelbach Field at GISD Stadium in Georgetown, Texas, where at the start of the second quarter, the Eastview Patriots and the Bastrop Bears are tied 7-all. We thank you for joining us tonight for Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Thank you for joining us on this cool Friday night. Weekend 2 of ACL going on. It's third and goal from the 3 for the Bears, and they hand the ball off to Jaquay Creighton. He rushes up the middle and has nowhere to go. He's stuffed at about the 2, maybe the 1-yard line. Could not get into the end zone. It's fourth down and goal, and we'll see here now if the Bastrop coaching staff wants to go for the end zone or just take the points on the road. Their offense will remain on the field. They have 15 seconds left on the play clock. It's fourth down and 2. Bastrop taking their time. 5 seconds left on the play clock, and they'll call a timeout to talk things over, as this is a huge fourth down play for both of these teams. Bastrop looking to take the lead, and Eastview looking to stop the Bastrop offense. Keep the game tied. And again, we want to take this opportunity to remind you that if you want to sponsor any of these remaining broadcasts, there's 4 left, and sponsorship packages start as low as $25 a game. So if you're interested in getting a couple of plugs throughout these broadcasts for the remaining 4 weeks, email Rob Hibb, the owner of SHN Sports. His email address is rob@shnsports.com, rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. As both teams return out onto the field after the Bastrop timeout. Fourth and goal from the 2. Shotgun formation for the Bears. Desmond Young takes the snap, and he rolls out to the right side. He keeps it himself, and he gets stuffed at the 1-yard line, and he's not going to get inside the end zone. The Patriots defense holds. They called an option play out to the right side, or more of a design quarterback sneak, and Desmond Young just had nowhere to go. His offensive line could not open up a lane into the end zone, and Eastview defensive line was able to get inside and bring Desmond Young down at the 2-yard line. So the defense stands, the first excellent defensive performance since the second quarter of the Brenham game last week, when you really start to think about it. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 2-yard line for Eastview in the shadow of their own end zone and goalpost. They hand the ball to Zion Hester. He rushes up the middle. He's got nothing but open field. Zion Hester to the 50, to the 40, to the 30. No one in front of him. To the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Zion Hester. 98 yards. Eastview takes the lead. What a run. Right up the middle. A fantastic block by the Eastview offensive line opened up a huge hole for Zion. He ran right through it, and then he turned on the jets and ran 98 yards into the end zone. Goodness gracious. Eastview takes the lead. Reed Honstein's PAT attempt is up, and it is good. So with 10:55 remaining in the second quarter, Eastview leads it over Bastrop by a score of 14-7, following a 98-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester. Wow! We'll be right back after this. Back here at Birkelbach Field at Georgetown ISD Stadium, where the Patriots have just taken a 14-7 lead over Bastrop, following a 98-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester. Thanks for joining us tonight for Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks, as the Eastview kickoff is taken into the end zone, and it's actually going to be returned here by number 22 for the Bears. That's Nathan Blair. And he makes it all the way to about the 15-yard line before being just stuffed. And it'll set up some field position for the Bears. And I'm still buzzing over that 98-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester. Wow, in the shadow of their own goalpost. Just a routine rush up the middle to try to get out of the 5-yard line. And Zion Hester took it all the way. .50 to go here in the second quarter. Bastrop taking control on the 12-yard line on 1st and 10. Desmond Young takes the snap, rolls out to the left side, looking to throw downfield, can't find anywhere to throw it, so he rolls out to the left side and rushes it himself. He makes it back to the original line of scrimmage, and it runs out of bounds to bring up 2nd down and 2. Second down and 10, excuse me. Ball will remain spotted on the 12-yard line. Shotgun formation for Bastrop. They've got a tight end on the right side and 2 receivers on the right side as well. It's a handoff to Creighton. No, it's a fake, a play action. And the attempted pass falls incomplete to Nathan Blair. Brings up 3rd down and 10 for the Bears. Desmond Young attempted to get Nathan Blair on a slant route from the right side, and Just a combination of good defense and a bullet of a throw by Desmond Young made that pass fall incomplete. He didn't exactly lead Blair on that pass play. But either way, a big third down for the Patriots defense now. Last time they were on the field, they stopped the Bears on 4th and goal at the 2-yard line, prevented them from getting inside the end zone. They're looking to replicate that success right here. 3rd and 10. Young takes the snap, drops back. He has nowhere to go, steps back up inside the pocket, trying to scramble, but has nowhere to go, and he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 4th down, a loss of 2 on the play, and Eastview will send out their return unit. Bastrop sends out their punting unit. A great defensive series for the Patriots, forcing the Bears to go 3 and out. Punt is up, and back to return is Isaiah Quentin Jackson at the 45-yard line. The ball, it will not be returned, and it takes a Bastrop bounce all the way to the Eastview 40, crossing the 50-yard line, and that is where it will be down, and that is where the Eastview offense will go back to work. No doubt looking to replicate the success of the last drive, where Zion Hester was able to scamper all the way into the end zone from the other end zone. 98 yards, still in shock at what happened. And of course, that's audio only right now due to UIL rules, but the video replay of that play will be uploaded around midnight tonight, and that can be found on YouTube. Just search for Bastrop versus Eastview SHN Sports. And don't forget to subscribe to the SHN Sports YouTube page while you're there. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line for the Patriots. It's a handoff to Zion Hester up the middle. Jackson Colson fakes a throw, but Hester has nowhere to go on that run. Making it back to the original line of scrimmage brings up a 2nd down and 10 for the Patriots. As they hurry up and get back onto the field and get back, set back up. 26 seconds left on the play clock, but Jackson Colson is looking back to the sideline for directions from Coach Rob Davies. 20 seconds on the play clock here. Colson, 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Colson takes the snap, hands off to Zion Hester. Hester runs up the middle again, but is stuffed after gaining maybe a yard on that carry. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Looks like he gained 2 on that play, so a 3rd down and about 8. And those 2 yards combined with Hester's other 98 yards brings him well over 100 yards on the last 2 offensive series alone. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers on each side. Hester, the running back, on the left side. Bastrop showing blitz. Colson takes the snap and drops back, and he's going to be swallowed up by the blitzing Bears defense. Brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. And Eastview will be forced to punt. That brings up a 4th down and very, very long. Ball officially on the 34-yard line. And Eastview will send Reed Honstein out to punt the ball away. Snap is a little high, but Honstein is able to get the punt off. Not a high punt, but it has the distance, and it'll roll out to the left side of the field, past the 20 to the 15, and finally stops rolling at about the 13-yard line. So Bastrop will take possession inside of their own red zone, as their offense has kind of sputtered after marching down the field on their opening possession, scoring a touchdown, and they were shut down on 4th and goal from the 2 and went 3 and out their last 2 offensive possessions. 7:47 remaining here in the first half. Patriots lead it by a score of 14-7. As Desmond Young brings his offense back out onto the field. It's a pistol formation for Bastrop this time, and Young kind of bobbles the snap, but is able to hand the ball off to Jaquay Creighton, who rushes up to the left side and loses 2, maybe 3 yards on that carry. He just could not get the edge around the defensive end, and that brings up 2nd down and long for the Bears. Second and 12, officially. Ball on the 11-yard line. Pistol formation for the Bears yet again. 2 receivers on the right side. It's a fake handoff to Creighton, a read option, and Desmond Young holds on to the ball, rushes up the middle, makes it back to maybe the original line of scrimmage, but nevertheless that brings up 3rd down and at least 10 yards for the Bears. They have to convert here as they do not want to go through a second 3-and-out in a row. And we'll be back at the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Desmond Young doesn't like what he sees from the defense. He hands the ball off. No, he fakes a handoff to Creighton, and he rushes to the right side around the defensive end, spins around, and is tackled at the 20-yard line. He's brought down, and let's go with the football. And he's slow to get up, is the quarterback Desmond Young. He's walking off the field under his own power, but you got to hate to see a quarterback injured on a play like that. It'll bring up 4th down and 3. Ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line for Bastrop. And they're going to send out the punting unit. It looks like, to me, like Bastrop's head coach, Todd Patman, wanted to go for it, but Desmond Young was hobbling off the field. Looks like he hurt something in his leg, and so they're going to send out the punting unit. And Bastrop will indeed punt the ball. Back deep to return is Isaiah Quentin Jackson at the 50-yard line. He signals for the fair catch and makes the fair catch at the 45-yard line. So Eastview will get set up in Bastrop territory. There is a very late flag coming onto the field now, however, where
There is a flag on the play.
Isaiah Quentin Jackson returned the ball. Looks to me like they're going to maybe call a penalty because Isaiah Quentin Jackson called for the fair catch and then proceeded to run the ball. But we will wait and see what the referees rule. Again, a very late flag thrown. Indeed, they will flag Isaiah Quentin Jackson for calling for the fair catch and then running after making said fair catch. They're going to give Eastview basically a delay of game penalty and move them back 5 yards to the 50-yard line now. And that is where the Eastview offense will set back up. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. On 1st and 10 from the 50, Jackson Colson has to avoid some defensive pressure and throws the pass away to Carlos Ochoa. It is caught, and it is in bounds. A 1st down, a pass of 12 yards to Carlos Ochoa is caught and gets the Eastview Patriots to the 38-yard line of the Bears. And it's a 1st down, a 12-yard pass play there. A great job. Colson in shotgun formation now. 3 receivers to his left side. Zion Hester's the running back. Carlos Ochoa remains on the right side. Devon Little on the far left. 10 seconds on the play clock. Jackson Colson takes the snap, fakes a handoff to Hester. It's a screen pass to Devon Little. It's caught. 35 to the 30 to the 25. Devon Little run out of bounds, but he picks up a 1st down and a little bit extra for the Patriots as they are all of a sudden on a roll here. A very slow start, but they took the lead earlier in the quarter following a 98-yard rush for a touchdown by Zion Hester. And now on 1st and 10 for the 26-yard line, it's a handoff to Hester, and he'll rush up the middle from the shotgun formation, makes it past the 25-yard line, and he'll gain maybe 2 yards on that carry. Brings up a 2nd down for the Patriots. 2nd down and 8 officially. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line. Patriots in the shotgun formation. Colson sends a man in motion. It's Kobe Cavanaugh. He fakes a handoff to Cavanaugh and ends up handing the ball off to Zion Hester, who rushes up the middle for a short gain of maybe 3 yards. He's brought down around the 21-yard line. So So a short gain brings up 3rd down for the Patriots, and that ball will indeed be placed at the 21-yard line. So 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and very manageable. 4:28 remaining in the ball game and counting. The clock continues to tick. Huge 3rd down here for the Patriots offense. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation. He hands the ball off to Hester. Hester rushes up the middle. He has a huge hole, and he's brought down around the 17, 16-yard line. Are they going to give him the 1st down? They're marking the ball down at the 17-yard line, and no, it's a 4th down. Zion Hester did not get the 1st down. He was a yard short. It'll be a direct snap on 4th down to Zion Hester. He rushes up the middle and gets the 1st down for the Patriots on 4th down. A hurry-up offense by the Patriots. Zion Hester able to get just enough room through the line. Great blocking there, picks up the 1st down for the Patriots. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. And that play is blown dead before anything can get started. Looks like there was a timeout called by one of the teams. We'll see who called that timeout. I believe it was Eastview, and it was Eastview. So we'll go ahead and take a brief commercial break while Eastview goes over their plays for this next big offensive series. They're in the red zone. We'll be right back after this.
The Eastview Patriot Football Booster Club would like
from the 13-yard line for the Eastview Patriots. They lead at 14-7 over the Bastrop Bears. And now on 1st and 10, Jackson Colson takes the snap. Fade route to Devon Little into the end zone. It's caught! Devon Little will catch for 13 yards. His 2nd touchdown reception of the evening. And the Patriots take a commanding 2-score lead. It worked for the Patriots in the 1st quarter. Devon Little, a fade route. The first time from 20 yards out, this time from 13 yards out. Devon Little in double coverage, no less. Wow. But the PAT is mishandled, and now Carlos Ochoa has to throw for a 2-point conversion that is nearly intercepted but ends up being knocked down. So the Patriots will not get any PAT or extra point after that play. Reed Honstein not even able to attempt a kick because Carlos Ochoa botched the snap. But nevertheless, the Patriots take a 20-7 lead over the 4-1 Bastrop Bears. 2-0 in district right now with 3:41 remaining in the 1st half. Again, we thank you for choosing to spend your Friday night with us here on Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Please keep Steven strong in your thoughts and prayers. He had some medical procedures done this afternoon and was unable to be here with us tonight. He's hoping to be back next week. I know he's really upset he had to miss the last 2 weeks of some exciting football action. I know Eastview fans don't really want to hear that after the game that took place last week, Eastview coming out on the losing end, but you can't deny that that was a very fun game if you're a fan of football. Honstein sets the ball up at the 40-yard line, looking to kick off. 2 receivers back deep to return for the Bears at the 10-yard line. Honstein's kickoff is up, and it will be returned. Actually, no, they'll let that ball bounce into the end zone. That was Romello Flores-Giles there, who declined to attempt a return there, and that'll be a touchback. So the Bears will set up at their own 25-yard line on 1st and 10 as they now trail by 2 scores. Remember, they come into the game tonight with only 1 loss. That was all the way back at week 3 when they lost to Pflugerville-Conley by a score of 26-16. Last week they jumped up to 2-0 in district by narrowly defeating their crosstown rival Cedar Creek by a score of 29-28. And if I recall correctly, Cedar Creek has never beaten Bastrop in football. First and 10 for the 25-yard line. Desmond Young drops back and looks to throw the ball away. He has no open receiver, so he's got to scramble around to avoid a sack. He finds an open receiver on the run. That's Chris Henderson, but Henderson drops the intended pass, and that'll bring up second down and 10 for the Bears. DK Little on the coverage there, breaking up that pass play. Second down and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Bears. Desmond Young, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation. Two receivers to his left side. He fakes a handoff to the running back, Creighton, and completes a pass at the 40-yard line. And that receiver is breaking tackles left and right. Finally brought down at the Eastview 45 after crossing the 50. And making the catch there for the Bears was number 12, Donovan Strong. A senior wide receiver. He gets the first down for the Bears and a whole lot more, bringing them into Eastview territory. And it'll be a first and 10 from the Eastview 43-yard line. 3:10 remaining here in the first half as the Bears looking to score. As Young completes a pass to the left side. That's Young to Strong, excuse me, I should say. Donovan Strong making his second catch in a row. Makes it to about almost the first down line. Can't quite get that first down. It'll bring us up a 2nd and 1. Ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line. Clock continues to roll. Young on second down drops back and he throws to the right side. His intended receiver is Chris Henderson. That pass falls incomplete. More great defensive coverage, and it looks like Desmond Young was looking to throw on the run, but wasn't quite accurate on that throw. That brings up a 3rd down and 1 for the Bears. And their team captain and junior running back, Jaquay Creighton, might want to get looked at here on 3rd and 1. And indeed, they will hand off to Creighton, who has a big hole up the middle. He's got a first down, makes it to the 25-yard line, and he's brought down, but not before getting the first down for the Bears. They'll spot that ball at the Eastview 27. It's still a first down for Bastrop, however. 2:20 to go and counting remaining here in the ball in the first half, I should say. And on 1st and 10, Young takes the snap, fakes a handoff to Creighton. He's got a man up the middle. It's caught and into the end zone. 27 yards. Making the catch is number 27, Nathan Blair. He's got a touchdown for Bastrop, but hold everything. The referees have blown that play dead. There is a flag all the way at the 20-yard line. A pass up the middle. Nathan Blair breaking free of his coverage and getting downfield, making the catch, getting into the end zone. But there's a penalty called on Bastrop, and they will call that back. And it will negate that 27-yard touchdown throw. So that'll make it 1st and 15. Ball will be spotted at the Eastview 32-yard line for Bastrop. As they're taking their time, gets set up. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock here. Clock stopped at 2:04 remaining in the first half. 5 seconds to go on the play clock, and Young takes the snap. He's got to avoid some defensive pressure. He rushes out to the left side after dodging a sack, and he gets some positive yardage before being brought down right at the 25-yard line, but a very late flag comes out from one of the line judges. Desmond Young keeping the ball and gaining maybe 3 yards. Well, 8 if you count the penalty. He makes it past the original line of scrimmage. But they're calling a personal foul on Eastview on Ferron Williams. And I believe that's going to give Bastrop a first down. They will indeed. So they go from 1st and 15 to 1st and 10 thanks to that penalty on the Patriots. Clock continues to tick. 1 minute, 45 seconds remaining here before halftime. Desmond Young in the shotgun formation. Fakes a handoff to Creighton. He rushes out to the left side and has a man intended in the end zone, but falls incomplete. The receiver tried to spin around and get fancy. He was wide open, but couldn't haul in the catch. That was intended for Cole Tidwell, a junior wide receiver. Cole Tidwell, if he had not tried to spin around, he would have been right on the money. And the Bears would have had 6. So that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, ball spotted on the 13-yard line. Bears inside of the red zone where they were stuffed earlier. A fade route now to the left side falls incomplete. An inaccurate throw intended for Donovan Strong, who had some great catches earlier on this possession. Clock will stop with 91 seconds remaining here on the game clock. It's 3rd and 10 for the Bears. They trail 20-7. Desmond Young now on 3rd down. He hands the ball off to Jaquay Creighton, and Creighton rushes out to the left side. He gets maybe 5 yards on that carry, makes it inside the 10, but is knocked out of bounds by D.K. Little. And that sets up a 4th down. They'll spot the ball at the 8-yard line, but they still have about 4 yards to get the first down. So Bastrop will bring out their kicking squad. And the kicker, Carlos Martinez, will come out onto the field to attempt a 25-yard field goal. However, Eastview calls a timeout there. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Again, we thank you for choosing to spend your Friday night with us here on Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. The Patriots lead at 20-7 over the Bastrop Bears, who come into tonight's game 4-1 overall. 2-0 in district. The Eastview Patriots come into tonight's game 2-3 overall, 1-1 in district. And if you look at the scores for this district, it's really anybody's ball game, because there have been so many strange things happening outside of Bastrop. Pretty much every team has a win, every team has a loss. There's been no real dominant team so far, so that's got to give a lot of these teams a little morale boost. So here we go. 25 yards for Carlos Martinez. His field goal attempt is up and no good. It is wide right. So on 4th down, Bastrop comes away from the red zone for the 2nd straight time with 0 points. Another great defensive stand by the Patriots, who it appears they can hear my criticisms of them from all the way up here. Because of that defensive meltdown last week where they blew a 31-7 lead against Brenham. And now the Eastview offense has 1:19 remaining in the first half to work with. We'll see what they do. Jackson Colson in the shotgun formation, but it's a direct snap to Zion Hester from the Wildcat formation. And Hester rolls out to the right side. He's got a huge hole, makes it to the first down marker, and gets a first down for the Patriots, but not much else. Maybe an 11-yard run on that play for Zion Hester to add to his already amazing statistical total tonight. It's another Wildcat snap on first down. Zion Hester again, the same play, rolls out to the right side, but the Bears are ready this time, and he does not get nearly as many yards. A gain of 3, maybe 4 on that carry for Zion Hester, as we are under 1 minute here before halftime. Jackson Colson returns to the huddle to set up at quarterback. Shotgun formation. 2nd down and 7 from the 35-yard line. Jackson Colson looks to the right immediately. He throws to Carlos Ochoa. It is caught. Carlos Ochoa tries to get out of bounds but fails to. He does make it to the 40-yard line, however. That'll bring up 3rd down for the Patriots. 3rd and maybe 4. And Eastview, Coach Rob Davies is going to call their final timeout of this half with 27 seconds to go. And we'll go ahead and keep it right here with them. If you want to be a part of these remaining 4 broadcasts, yeah, there's only 4 broadcasts remaining here in this season. I don't know where the time went either. But if you want to be a part of these broadcasts and be a sponsor, sponsorship opportunities start at just as low as $25 a game. So if you're interested in getting some plugs and shout-outs for your business or your organization, feel free to reach out to our owner of SHN Sports, Rob Hipp. His email is rob@shnsports.com. That's ROB@shnsports.com. Rob@shnsports.com. And he'll get you set up, you know, because these broadcasts cannot take place without the support of you, the fans. And we look forward to hearing from you. 3rd down and 4 officially for the Patriots offense. Ball is spotted on the 38-yard line. There's officially 30 seconds left on the game clock after an adjustment. So it's a Wildcat formation snap to Zion Hester. Zion Hester tries to roll out to the left side, but has nowhere to go. He can't quite get around the edge and makes it back to about the original line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe half a yard on that play. Brings up 4th down for the Patriots. And there's about a 2-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. However, Bastrop will use one of their second timeout of the half because they want another shot at getting into the end zone as they trail 20-7. And again, we thank you all for joining us tonight for what is the first cool weather football game of the evening. If you don't watch or read about local weather on the local news or newspapers, there is a cold front coming in this Sunday, and next week is going to have record low temperatures for the month of October. It's supposed to be around the 40s and the 50s every day. And of course the ever annoying rain. So you got that to look forward to here in the Austin area. It's supposed to rain, unfortunately, on Austin City Limits Festival. Weekend 2 taking place right now. So Eastview will punt with 23 seconds remaining on the game clock. And Honstein's punt is up. It's got some good distance, and it will be returned at the 20-yard line by Bastrop. And the return man makes it to the 30 and still has some room after avoiding a tackle. And he makes it to the 37-yard line. Before being brought down. On the return there was number 22, Nathan Blair. There is a late flag on the play, however, all the way back at the 40-yard line where the ball was kicked off from, or punted away from. There's 11 seconds remaining here on the game clock, so Bastrop will have time for 1, maybe 2 plays. There was a hold call on the return, so that will be on Bastrop, and it'll set them back a couple of yards. And they still have 11 seconds to work with here. Not quite the end of the world for their offense. But we'll see what kind of pass play they come up with here. I don't even think the referees know where they should spot the ball. Feels like both teams have moved back and forth by a radius of about 5 yards. And they'll finally spot the ball at the Bears' 28-yard line. And Desmond Young, the quarterback, well, everybody gets set up, but whistles keep blowing. And there's another problem with the spot of the ball. Now they all get set up. Desmond Young all alone in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Desmond Young takes the snap, drops back. He's got all day to throw. He throws a short pass underneath, trying to dump it off to Nathan Blair, but that pass falls incomplete over the middle. A very short pass, and the Bears now have 6 seconds to work with before halftime, trailing 20-7. They do have 1 timeout remaining, but I don't think it's going to do them any use right now. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Young, another short pass. It is caught this time at the 40-yard line by Donovan Strong. That gets the Bears a first down, but too little too late for the Bears, and the clock strikes 0. That does it for the first half. So we go into halftime with the Eastview Patriots taking a commanding 20-7 lead over the 4-1, 2-0 in district Bastrop Bears. We'll take a brief commercial break, and when we return, we will have the halftime ceremonies, both Bastrop and Eastview. So stay tuned. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.
Back here at Birkelbach Field in GISD Stadium in Georgetown, Texas, where at the start of halftime, the Eastview Patriots have taken a commanding 20-7 lead over the Bastrop Bears. However, they're not out of the woods yet. There's still an entire second half of football left to play, and if you remember, they did lead Brenham 31-7 last week. So it will remain to be seen if the Patriots can get rid of those bad memories of last week's game and hold on to this lead and win this game. Bastrop looking to avoid their 2nd loss of the season. If you're just tuning in, things you've missed out on are 2 touchdown catches by Devon Little, one from 20 yards out and the second from 13 yards out. And the gem of this evening for the Patriots, a 98-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester to put the Patriots up 14-7 over the Bears. Of course, the Bears' lone touchdown run coming from a 1-yard leaping touchdown by the running back Jaquay Creighton. And a missed extra point by Reed Honstein gives you your 20-7 score. Patriots over the Bears at halftime. We'll take this brief pause for the halftime ceremonies. We've got Bastrop getting set up on the field, and then after Bastrop performs, it'll be the Eastview Patriot Band. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you after halftime.
Welcome to the field. The sweethearts from Bastrop High School 2018-2019 Bastrop Honey Bears. The Honey Bears are led by officers Junior Lieutenant Tessa Alden, Senior Lieutenant Octavia Johnson, Senior Lieutenant Sarah Shalata, First Lieutenant Desiree Hernandez, Captain Shelby Lynn Rodriguez. Social officers are President Michelle Morales, Vice President Perla Zuniga, Historian Savannah Schaefer, Spirit Leader Harmony Deason. The Honey Bears are under the direction of Miss Lauren McNeil. The Honey Bears of the Week is Alexia Lily Gomez. The Spirit Girl of the Week is Shelby Lynn Rodriguez. And now, please enjoy the Honey Bears as they perform their exciting high kick routine to Monster. Spirit at the Homecoming Pep Rally next Wednesday, October 17th. For more information, see a Honey Bear or check out Bastrop High School's website.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, Bastrop High School proudly presents the Pride of the Lost Pines, the Bastrop High School Band. The band is under the direction of Kenneth Gilbreth, Andrew Tuck, and Garnet Gilbreth. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Jocelyn Enriquez and Riley Tamayo. The band's program includes their 2018 UIL marching show, The Hive, featuring the music of Sting, Vaughn Williams, Rinsky-Korsakoff, and arrangements by Shane Cunty. Drum majors, is your band ready? And now for your halftime enjoyment in the Bastrop Bear Band.
Eastview High School in Georgetown ISD are proud to present Pete Darlings in Georgetown, Texas, the award-winning Sparklers Dance Team. The Sparklers are led onto the field this evening by the 2018-2019 dance officers. Junior Lieutenant Aubrey Jordan. Senior Lieutenant Jackie Adams. First Lieutenant Madison Rand. And Captain Peyton Russell. Sparkler social officers are Emma Aguirre, Samantha Vidales, and Head Social Officer Erica Viniera. This week, the Sparklers are joined by the Junior Varsity Starlets in welcoming this year's Junior Sparkler Dancers. Sparkler of the Week is Valerie Castro. Spirit Girl of the Week is Mika Bean. Please enjoy the sparkling streamer routine to Christine Aguilera's Americana. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Sparklers, Starlets, and Junior Dancers. The Sparklers and Starlets are under the direction of Tracy Melendez. She's assisted by Stephanie Fisher and Mindy Rowe. The Sparklers manager is Viviana Perez. Parents, attention parents. Please pick up your Junior Sparkler at the North Gate. Once again, parents of the Junior Sparklers, please pick up your child at the North Gate. This year's Eastview Patriot Band Show is entitled Criminal. The show features the music of Fiona Apple, Justin Timberlake, Hans Zimmer, David Arnold, and Michael Price, arranged by Daniel Montoya Jr. Here the soloists, Brendan Hampton on euphonium, Isabel Lara on trombone, and Alex Alford on flute. Let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the tremendous round of applause to the Eastview Patriot Band. And now, under the field direction of drum majors Alex Alford, Oscar Menchaca, and Christopher Milton, we proudly present to you the Eastview Patriot Band. Members for the outstanding contributions this week. Woodwind Member of the Week is Ted Gauthier. Brass Member of the Week is Jesse Stacel. Percussion Member of the Week is Matt Hill. Bar Member of the Week is Jeff Perkins. Section of the Week is the leadership team. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Eastview Patriot Band.
Welcome back here to Birkelbach Field and Georgetown ISD Stadium, where we are just about set for the second half kickoff for the Bastrop Bears versus the Eastview Patriots. Again, we thank you very much for choosing to spend your Friday night here with us for Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Steven Strong hopes to be back next Friday night. He went through a couple of medical procedures this afternoon, so our thoughts and prayers and best wishes go out to Steven Strong. At halftime, at the end of halftime, I should say, the score is the Eastview Patriots leading the Bastrop Bears by a score of 20-7. Now, if you're just tuning in, you missed a heck of a first half for offensive production for the Patriots. Not quite as much as that game last week against Brenham, where they had a 31-7 lead that they ended up ultimately blowing after some uncreative play calling in the second half. But the defense has stepped up, limiting Bastrop to just 7 points, including a stop on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line and a couple of 3-and-outs of the Bastrop Bears offense. Now, a quick game recap. Bastrop got on the board first on their opening offensive possession with a 1-yard touchdown leap by running back Jaquay Creighton, and it has been all Eastview since then. They started off their scoring with a 20-yard touchdown throw from Jackson Colson to Devon Little, and followed that up with their second score of the evening, an amazing 98-yard touchdown run by Zion Hester. After that stop on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line, Eastview took over in the shadow of their own goal post, handed the ball off to Zion Hester just for a little bit of breathing room. Zion Hester found a lane and turned the jets on and rushed all the way to the other side of the field, 98 yards. He's got well over 100 yards on the evening. And the third touchdown of the night for Eastview came on a 13-yard fade route touchdown catch, again by Devon Little from Jackson Colson. So Devon Little has 2 touchdown catches on the evening. Jackson Colson has 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 rushing touchdown for Zion Hester. Reed Honstein missed the extra point on that second Devon Little touchdown catch, and that gives us our score of 20-7. And we are just about set for the second half kickoff after a delayed halftime that went over the allotted time by just a couple of minutes, leaving the teams not a lot of time to perform their second half warm-ups. They have finished making their entrances. And Eastview received the opening kickoff, so they will be kicking off to Bastrop here. 2 returners back deep to return for the Bears, and Reed Honstein is set to kick the ball off for the Patriots. And here we go. The kickoff bounces at the 1-yard line and has to be returned, and it will be attempted by number 9, Romello Flores-Giles, and he picks the ball up from the air and makes it to about the 10-yard line, so that is where the Bears will set up shop. An excellent kickoff by Reed Honstein, setting up great defensive position for the Patriots defense that has performed pretty much lights out since the very first offensive drive for the Bears this evening. The ball will be spotted officially at the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bastrop here to start off the third quarter. Quarterback Desmond Young has a running back on both sides of him, 2 receivers to his right side in the shotgun formation. He hands the ball off to Jaquay Creighton, and Creighton rushes out to the left side, makes it back to the original line of scrimmage, can't quite get the edge over the defensive end, and will be brought down after a gain of maybe 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted on the 13-yard line. Young takes the snap and throws to the left side. Has an intended receiver. That falls incomplete. The pass intended for Donovan Strong, and that brings up 3rd down and 8. Mark Rodriguez breaking up the pass play for the Patriots on defense. And this would be a great show if the Patriots can get the 3 and out here. They're looking to make up for that defensive meltdown last week where they gave up a 31-7 halftime lead and lost to Brenham by a score of 35-34. Fan base was not happy about that one. On 3rd down, Young takes the snap and has a lane. He keeps it himself. He's got a 1st down and is tripped up after crossing the 25-yard line. Desmond Young on an option carry decides to keep the ball himself, fakes the pitch to Creighton, and gets the 1st down for the Bears. A huge 1st down run by quarterback Desmond Young. So on 1st and 10, Young hands the ball off to Creighton. Creighton has a huge hole up the middle. He rushes and he's tackled after gaining about 5 yards. He makes it past the 30 to the 34-yard line where he will be brought down. It brings up 2nd down and 4, ball spotted at the 34-yard line. Second and 4. Pass play is broken up, intended for Cole Tidwell, and that brings up 3rd down. Mark Rodriguez on the coverage yet again for the Patriots defense. 3rd and 4 from the 34-yard line. Bastrop comes out in the shotgun formation. Desmond Young sends a man from left to right and hands the ball off to Creighton. Creighton rushes up the middle. Does not quite get the first down. He's about a yard, maybe 2 short, and the Bears are just going to go for it here on 4th down. Ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line, so it'll be 4th and 3. And Bastrop takes the snap. It's a handoff to Creighton yet again. Creighton has the first down. He crosses the 40 and is brought down, diving to the 41, maybe the 42. It depends on where the referees will spot the ball, but it is a Bastrop first down. So 1st and 10 now for the Bears. It's another handoff to Creighton from the shotgun formation. Creighton tries to rush up the middle but has nowhere to go. He gets maybe a yard on that play. Brings up 2nd down. Officially a 1-yard gain on that play. It is indeed 2nd and 9. Ball spotted at the 42. Shotgun formation again for the Bears. 2 receivers on the right side. Desmond Young fakes the handoff, drops back, and rolls out to the left side. He doesn't have anyone open, so he decides to keep the ball himself, and he rushes out of bounds after gaining about 5 yards. And that brings up 3rd down after that 4, maybe 5-yard gain by Desmond Young. Officially, yes, 3rd down and 5 now. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line. Bastrop taking their time, getting set up. It's the same shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the right side. Creighton, the running back. Young takes the snap. It's a handoff to Creighton. Creighton rolls out to the left side, gets a block, has a first down, and runs out of bounds after picking up that first down. A huge run by Jaquan Creighton. And into Eastview territory go the Bastrop Bears. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Young hands the ball off to Creighton again. It's the same play. Creighton rolls out to the left side. He's got a block, and he's got a first down and a whole lot more. He's got wide open spaces to the 20 to the 10. He's pushed down out of bounds by D.K. Little. After crossing the 10-yard line, he gets the Bears into the red zone for a huge first down run of about 40 yards. Jaquan Creighton finally breaks loose. He's been wanting to do that all night. He does have a touchdown, but it was from 1 yard out, where he leaped over virtually the entire offensive and defensive lines. That was all the way back in the 1st quarter. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Bears. Shotgun formation. It's a fake, or no, it's an actual handoff to the running back. It's a substitute running back. Looks to be number 32, Eddie Brown. And Eddie Brown rushes up the middle to the left hash mark, and he gains a couple of yards. 4, maybe 5, brings up 2nd and goal from the 3. Remember, the Patriots did stop Bastrop on a 4th and goal from the 2 earlier in the 2nd quarter. And now it's a handoff to Creighton on 2nd and goal, and Creighton makes it to the plane. I do not think he broke through, however. No referee has signaled for a touchdown, and indeed, Creighton did not get through. And that will set up a 3rd and goal from the 1 yard line, perhaps a 3rd and inches. Bastrop hands the ball off to Creighton, and Creighton gets in for the touchdown. Their first points since the opening offensive possession. Bastrop now trails by 7. Jaquan Creighton, a 1 yard touchdown run. His 2nd touchdown of the night. Point after attempt by Carlos Martinez is up, and it is no good. So that's 2 missed PATs by both sides in this ball game, and that leaves our score at Eastview 20, Bastrop 13, with 8:16 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a brief commercial break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. Georgetown ISD Stadium, where the Bastrop Bears have just scored, and they cut their deficit to 7. They trail 20-13 here, and they kick the ball off. Carlos Martinez does, and it's going to be returned by Isaiah Quentin Jackson, and Quentin Jackson returns it from the 10, and he breaks free. Isaiah Quentin Jackson to the 50, to the 40. He breaks free. He's got space to the 20, to the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown, Isaiah Quentin Jackson. A 90-yard touchdown return. He had all the blocks. He broke through. He broke free from the right side of the field to the left side. He had all the nice blocks. He had all the right blocks. 90-yard touchdown return on the kickoff. Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Just like that. Eastview giveth and Eastview taketh away. They gave Bastrop 7 points, and pinning this PAT, they're going to take 7 more from Bastrop. Honstein's PAT is up, and it's good. With 8:02, however, there is a flag on that extra point. We'll see what that's about in just a moment. But with 8:02 remaining in the third quarter, after allowing a Bastrop touchdown, Eastview returns the kickoff 90 yards for a touchdown. Isaiah Quentin Jackson. Wow. Goodness gracious. That's the second play, the second touchdown play of 90-plus yards for the Patriots this evening. Zion Hester's 98-yard touchdown run earlier in the second quarter, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson's 90-yard touchdown return just now. Clearly, that loss last week to Brenham, where they gave up a 31-7 lead and lost the game by a point, only scoring 3 points in the second half. Clearly, that got to this Patriots team. Because outside of that first offensive series on Bastrop, they've looked pretty darn well this evening. And Reed Honstein out to kick off. 2 returners back deep to receive for Bastrop, and Honstein kicks it deep into the end zone for a touchback. So Bastrop's offense will come back out trailing by 14 yet again. It'll be first down and 10 from the Bastrop 25-yard line as Bastrop takes control. Boy, special teams. They'll get you every time. First and 10 from the 25-yard line for the Bears. Desmond Young comes out in the shotgun formation, and he takes the snap, fakes a handoff to Creighton, keeps it himself, rolls out to the left side, can't quite get any positive yards. He runs out of bounds at the line of scrimmage, and the referees are not going to give him anything on that run, so it'll bring up second down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 2nd and 10, 2 receivers on the left side for Young. He hands the ball off to Creighton, and Creighton is blown up in the backfield. Getting the penetration there was number 31, Isaiah Knight. Creighton was still able to gain a yard, maybe 2 on that play, but Isaiah Knight able to break in and hit Creighton in the backfield to severely limit his potential on that carry. That sets up 3rd down. Actually, that's a loss of 2 on that play, thanks to Isaiah Knight. 3rd down and 12. Another huge 3rd down for both of these teams. Young takes the snap. He looks over, and he's going to be wrapped up and sacked. Sacked behind the 20. Getting the initial penetration was Mark Rodriguez. And Christian Cortez got in there as well. There were 2 players that got contact on Young on that play, and a great effort by this Eastview defense with another 3 and out for the Bears. Remember that the Bears are 2-0 in district and 4-1 overall. Eastview looking to spoil their undefeated district record as the ball is punted away, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson will not have a chance to return this one. He calls for a fair catch at the Bastrop 46-yard line. So Eastview will get fantastic field position as they come back out on offense, leading by a score of 27-13. 6:33 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Again, thank you for joining us tonight for Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. If you're the praying type, send your best wishes to Stephen Strong, who underwent some medical procedures this afternoon and could not be here this afternoon, as on 1st and 10. It's a screen pass to Devon Little from Jackson Colson. They make it back to the original line of scrimmage, but that play is blown up as soon as Little got possession of the ball. And a gain of maybe 1 on that play brings up 2nd down. And a hurry-up offense for the Patriots. It's another screen pass, this time to the right side. A late flag comes out as the ball is caught by number 14, Caden Harris. And Harris gains maybe 5 yards on that play, but again, there is the flag. We'll see what that is all about. So a penalty on Eastview will move them back 5 yards. We'll repeat the 2nd down. However, they are about 4 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd down and 14. Ball will be spotted right at the 50. Shotgun formation for the Patriots. 2 receivers on the left side. Carlos Ochoa alone on the right side. Jackson Colson takes the snap, and it's a handoff to the running back up the middle. Gain of maybe 3 yards on that carry brings up 3rd down for the Patriots. And the ECU student section not happy about that call. 3rd down and 13. Jackson Colson takes the snap, drops back. He throws a fade route to Devon Little, who is wide open at the 30 and makes the catch at the 25. Devon Little is brought down after crossing the 20, and they'll mark him down at the 18-yard line. The 3rd fade route by the Patriots tonight from Jackson Colson to Devon Little. However, this one being the only one that does not go for a touchdown. It does, however, get the Patriots a 1st down, but hold on, there is a flag on the field way back at the 45-yard line. And it's a personal foul on Drake Rodriguez of Eastview. So a fantastic pass play is negated. And Eastview will be moving back for a 3rd and pretty much the distance of Texas here. Third down and very, very long here for the Patriots. They're moving back all the way to their own 36-yard line. They would have been inside the red zone had it not been for that personal foul call. It's a shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side, 3rd and a mile. Jackson Colson takes the snap and drops back. He's got a man over the middle. It's Kobe Cavanaugh. Kobe Cavanaugh makes the catch at the original line of scrimmage, so he makes it to the Bastrop 46-yard line, but that's still 9-10 yards short of the first down marker, and that brings up 4th down for the Patriots. It will be 4th and 10, so they made it back to the original line of scrimmage. And we'll see if Eastview goes for it here. They're not going to. They're going to send out the punting unit. Bastrop is not ready for it. Here comes their return man. And Reed Honstein punts. Back to return is Nathan Blair for the Bears. And the punt goes all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Honstein didn't quite get the height he wanted on that punt, and it ended up taking a Bastrop bounce all the way into the end zone, and they'll set up shop at their own 25-yard line. 3:56 remaining here in the third quarter. The Patriots lead it 27-13. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. Always a pleasure to have you with us here. Broadcast number 6 of this young season, as we are in week 7 of the Texas high school football season. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 25-yard line. Young takes the snap and hands off to Creighton, but Creighton has nowhere to go. He's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Might have been tackled for a loss there on that play. I don't think the referees are going to give him the loss, though. It brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Bears. Ball on the 20-yard line. Desmond Young has had some success running the ball on the ground, not so much through the air. Sends a man in motion. 3 receivers on the right side. He fakes a handoff, a play action. He's got a man. It's caught at the 35-yard line. Making the catch is Cole Tidwell. And he's got a 1st down, so that'll move the chains for the Bears. A 15, perhaps 16-yard catch by Cole Tidwell. They'll roll it a 1st and 10 at the 36, so officially a 16-yard gain. 1st and 10, it's a screen pass to the wide receiver, and that is Nathan Blair, who makes the catch on the right sideline and gets a 1st down before being knocked out of bounds after crossing the 50. First and 10, ball spotted on the 48-yard line. So a gain of 12 on that play. It's a fake handoff to Creighton, and Young will keep it himself. He'll roll out towards the right sideline and is knocked down at the Eastview 45-yard line. However, this is bad for the Bears as their quarterback, Desmond Young, is now down. And he's in a lot of pain down there. So we'll go ahead and take a brief commercial break. Stay tuned. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. The Patriots lead it 27-13, 2:42 remaining in the third quarter. Block Field, where quarterback Desmond Young for the Bastrop Bears is able to get off of the ground under his own power and walk back to the sideline, hustle back to the sideline, I should say, under his own power. That's always a good sign. So that brings up 2nd and 4 from the 46-yard line. The backup quarterback for the Bears is in. It is number 16. He hands the ball off to Creighton, and Creighton has a huge hole up the middle, gets the Bears a first down. And the new quarterback for the Bears is Peyton Parsons. A couple of substitutes come into the game for the Bears. Creighton staying on the field as the running back. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Eastview 40. Peyton Parsons comes out in the shotgun formation. Less than 2 minutes remain now. 2 receivers stacked up on each side for the Bears. And it's a screen pass caught by Cole Tidwell on the left side. Cole Tidwell tries to break free of the tackle and cannot quite get there. Gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. And the Patriot defender who made the initial contact is a little slow to get up. And could have just been a move to slow down. That was DK Little making the initial contact on defense, and DK Little will hustle off to the sideline. Brings up 2nd down and 8. However, the referees are still not sure what they're conferring about. They're trying to figure out where they need to spot the ball, maybe. The clock continued to tick. It says 1:22 remaining, and they need 1:32 remaining, and they do get that 1:32. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 38-yard line. Peyton Parsons in the shotgun formation. Another screen pass caught, or incomplete, nearly intercepted. Intended for Nathan Blair. So great defensive coverage by the Patriots there. Brings up 3rd down and 8 from the 38-yard line for the Bears. And the play is blown dead before anything can happen there. Bastrop calls a timeout. Their first of this second half with 1:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Patriots lead at 27-13. We'll go ahead and take this timeout along with them. Stay tuned for more exciting action. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. Of scrimmage there. And that brings up 4th down for the Bears, and that's way too far to attempt a field goal. Too close to the end zone to attempt a punt. And Bastrop pretty much has no choice but to go for it here on 4th down and 8, and that is indeed what they will do. Quarterback Peyton Parsons will stay on the field. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers on each side. Creighton, the running back, on the left side. Parsons takes the snap and rolls out to the left side. He picks up a block by Creighton. Parsons has a pass, falls incomplete, and a late flag Bastrop thinking they got a pass interference call. And we'll see what happens there. Pass interference on Justin Henry. So that will get Bastrop the first down and a whole lot more. Boy, it looked as if the Patriots had another fourth down stop, but now they give up a first down. It's 1st and 10 for the 23-yard line. A handoff to Creighton. Creighton has a huge hole up the middle, and he makes his way to the right side and is tackled at the 20-yard line by Chris Honstein. So a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards, and it is 3 yards indeed. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Bears. Ball will be marked at the 20. So the Bears are back inside the red zone, but the clock hits 0, and that'll do it for the third quarter. We'll take a brief commercial break, and when we return, we will have the exciting conclusion of this football game. The Bastrop Bears are driving, but they trail 27-13 at the end of 3. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. Back here at Georgetown ISD Stadium, Birkelbach Field, where at the end of 3, the start of the fourth quarter, the Eastview Patriots lead it over the Bastrop Bears, 27-13. I'm Travis Banks. Thank you very much for joining us here for Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. 2nd down and 7, ball on the 20-yard line. The Bastrop Bears are in possession, and they are driving. Their starting quarterback was knocked out of the game, but here he is back. And Desmond Young attempts a pass that falls incomplete. That pass intended for Nathan Blair. I apologize. That pass was caught. It was a very low throw, and it looks like Blair rolled, and it fell incomplete. But no, Blair maintained possession. So that brings up a 3rd down and 2 from the 15-yard line, a 5-yard gain on that play. And Desmond Young back in at quarterback after leaving midway through the third quarter with an injury. And he hands off to Creighton. Creighton jukes over to the right side and picks up a 1st down and an extra yard just to be sure. So Creighton having a huge night so far. He had a 48-yard rush earlier in the evening. He's got 2 touchdowns, both from 1 yard out. A spectacular leaping touchdown that capped off the Bears' opening drive. So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Young rolls out to the right side. He has a man caught and into the end zone from 15 yards out. That, again, is Nathan Blair. I apologize. That is Chris Henderson making the catch there. Nevertheless, Bastrop scores 6. A rollout by quarterback Desmond Young. He had a wide open man in Chris Henderson. Henderson made the catch around the 10-yard line and sprinted into the end zone for 6 points for the Bears. And now their deficit is 8 pending this PAT. Carlos Martinez is out. His PAT attempt is blocked. It's blocked, and it will not be returned by Eastview, as getting a hand on it was number 26, Justin Henry, and he was brought down around the 2-yard line. But, wow, the 3rd missed PAT in this game, the 2nd for Bastrop. of the evening. Reed Honstein missed a PAT earlier for the Patriots, and this is Carlos Martinez's second missed PAT. One went wide right, along with another field goal attempt he missed earlier in the night, and now this PAT blocked. So with 11:02 remaining in the ball game, our new score, I should say, Eastview 27, Bastrop 19. And if you're just tuning in, you've missed a heck of a performance by the Eastview Patriots on offense, looking to make up for that monumental, just confusing, befuddling loss last week against Brenham, where they blew a 31-7 halftime lead, losing the game 35-34. Zion Hester had a 98-yard touchdown run earlier this evening, and Isaiah Quentin Jackson returned to kickoff for 90 yards himself. And the kick is up, and it doesn't go far. It's going to be returned by one of the up men at around the 30-yard line, and that is taken by Dalton Love, who can't quite get anywhere on that return. And Eastview will take over at their own 30. .11:01 remaining in the ball game. The Patriots will get set up on offense on their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Jackson Colson, 2 receivers on each side. He sends Zion Hester in motion from left to right, and Zion Hester takes the handoff and has nowhere to go. He tries to go to the right and is brought down at about the right hash mark. He might have lost a yard on that play, and indeed he did. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Ball will be spotted on the 29-yard line. Second and 11. Jackson Colson, 2 receivers on his left side. Looks over to the sideline for instructions. Play clock at 10. Colson gets the snap, drops back. He's looking for his man. He rolls out to the right side, and he finds Carlos Ochoa, who slides to make the 1st down catch. At about the 42-yard line, Carlos Ochoa, with a heck of an effort, coming back on that comeback route and sliding down to make that catch. He couldn't get any yards after the catch, but he did get the 1st down for the Patriots. $10 minutes and counting remaining. Clock continues to tick in. Now, Eastview, we saw what happened when they tried to run out the clock last week. They lost. They're looking to hurry up and keep their foot on the pedal now. A handoff on 1st and 10 to Zion Hester. Hester runs up the middle toward the right hash mark and gains maybe a yard before being swarmed by the Bastrop defense and is brought down for 2nd down.
Short gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Ball spotted on the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 9. Jackson Colson, shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Zion Hester, the running back, to his right. Colson looks to be calling an audible to his line. Bastrop showing blitz. They send a man on a blitz, but it's a handoff to Zion Hester, and Hester rushes up the middle along the right hash mark, makes his way to the 49-yard line of Eastview. Doesn't quite cross the 50, but brings up 3rd down and manageable. Officially 3rd down and 3, and Eastview will hurry it up here. 3 receivers to the left side in the shotgun formation. Carlos Ochoa alone on the right. Jackson Colson looking to the sidelines yet again. And Colson takes the snap. Has a man. It's caught. Kobe Cavanaugh for a 1st down past the 50. Not past the 45, however. But Kobe Cavanaugh makes the catch for the 1st down for the Patriots, and they cross into Bastrop territory. 8-10 and counting remaining here in the ball game. First and 10, ball spotted at the 47-yard line. The Patriots in hurry-up offense mode. It's a handoff to Zion Hester. Hester rushes up the middle and finds a huge hole, and he's brought down after a gain of 5, maybe 6, making it to the Bastrop 42-yard line is where they're going to spot the ball. That brings up second down and about 4, maybe 5. Patriots take the snap, and it's another handoff to Zion Hester up the middle. He's got 3, maybe 4. I don't think he crossed the first down marker. He's about a yard short, so it brings up third down and 1. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. Another handoff to Hester, the same play, and Hester breaks through the middle but is swallowed up. Did he get the first down? I do believe he did. And indeed, they are going to move the chains for a Patriots first down. The clock will continue to tick with 7:10 remaining in the ball game. Patriots leading it by 8. They're looking to run the clock out as much as possible to prevent Bastrop from getting the ball back. It is still a one-possession game. Bastrop can score and get a 2-point conversion to tie it. First and 10, another handoff to Zion Hester, and Hester rushes towards the left hash mark but is brought down almost instantly. And this is shades of last week where they tried to hand off to Hester pretty much the entire fourth quarter, and Hester gained virtually no yards in that fourth quarter. Jackson Colson looking back toward the sideline yet again. Devon Little all alone on the left side. Carlos Ochoa all alone on the right side. Otherwise, it's a bit of a pistol formation, an offset shotgun. Zion Hester in at running back. Second and 11, ball on the 37-yard line, and Jackson Colson looking downfield on the left side to Devon Little, and Devon Little is tripped up, and there's multiple flags coming out on that play. That'll be pass interference. Devon Little was double covered and tripped up by one of the defenders. On the coverage there for Bastrop was Brett Rice. It's one of the two who's going to be flagged for pass interference. It'll be defensive holding, not pass interference. Results in a 10-yard penalty. It'll be a first down for the Patriots. 6 minutes exactly to go here in the fourth quarter. The clock is stopped. Patriots lead at 27-19. And they get set up in their offset shotgun. It's a handoff to Zion Hester on first down, and Hester tackled almost instantly. Might have lost the ball. I'm not too sure there. No, he maintained control, maintained possession. But did not gain a single yard on that play, so it brings up second down and 10. Ball will be spotted at the 27-yard line again. Jackson Colson. Play clock is at 10. Game clock is also continuing to move. 4 seconds, 3, and they get the handoff. They get the snap off, I should say, but it's a false start on Eastview. Jackson Colson was looking to roll out to the right side, but it's a false start specifically on Bane McCravey. We'll move it back 5 yards. Ball will be placed at the 32-yard line. Second down and 15 here for the Patriots. Game clock is stopped, or no, it continues to tick. We're less than 5 minutes away here from the end of the ball game. Eastview leads by 8. Jackson Colson drops back on the snap, and he has no one to throw it to. He rolls out to the right side, hit as he throws, falls incomplete. Looking for Perhaps Carlos, no, it was Kobe Cavanaugh was the intended receiver, although he was so far away. He's had to jog back about 15 yards. Jackson Colson took a vicious hit. I think Colson was trying to throw the ball away because he saw the sack coming. Brings up 3rd down and 15. Ball on the 32-yard line. Jackson Colson all alone in the shotgun formation. 4 receivers on the right side, and it's a fade route all the way to the left side to Devon Little. Falls incomplete. Goes right through Devon Little's hands. Devon Little, if he were able to make that catch, he could have either gotten into the end zone or he would have been shoved out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So an unfortunate incompletion for the Patriots offense. And now with 4:41 remaining in the ball game, the clock stops, and Eastview has a big choice to make. They're going to send Reed Honstein out to attempt what should be a 49-yard field goal attempt. This will be huge. Off the top of my head, I can't recall Honstein making such a long field goal. But they're going to try their best. 49 yards for Reed Honstein. On 4th and 15, Honstein's kick is up. It has the distance. Not quite. It's a little short. It had the height. Looked like it had the distance from up here, but ultimately no good. But there's a flag on the play. Hold on. Oh, it's a roughing the kicker penalty on Bastrop. Oh, they can't do that. Boy, they were in a prime position to tie this game up. 4:35 remaining in the ball game. Reed Honstein misses a 49-yard field goal, but a roughing the kicker penalty on Bastrop, and now Eastview is going to talk things over while the referees spot the ball. That should be a 1st down for the Patriots. And indeed it is. They will get another shot at it to try and regain that 2-possession lead they have held for a majority of this ball game. First and 10, ball at the 12-yard line. It's a direct snap to Zion Hester, but a late flag at the 20-yard line comes into play. Zion Hester rushes up the middle. A 5-yard penalty on the offense. If you couldn't hear that, the referee had his mic turned on. He said, I have no idea. I'm talking to somebody. Good to have some comic relief in a tense football game like this one. Either way, sets up 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line for the Patriots. 4:20 and counting remaining here in the ball game. Jackson Colson takes the snap in the shotgun formation. It's a handoff to Hester, who rushes up the middle and is brought down after passing the 20-yard line. And that is where he will be brought down. I apologize. The yardage is a little messed up. The scoreboard has the wrong yardage listing. So to get a 1st down, the Patriots need to make it all the way to the 8-yard line. So they have about 12 to go. And they're letting the play clock run down. 6 seconds remain. Now Jackson Colson takes the snap. It's another handoff to Hester, who is swallowed up in the backfield. And Eastview, again, shades of last week. They just keep handing the ball off to Zion Hester. They need to be weary of what could happen, because they almost gave the ball back to Bastrop. They got lucky with that roughing the kicker penalty, but Bastrop, if they'd gotten the ball back, they would have 4.5 minutes to try and score and tie this game up, just like last week. 3 minutes exactly right now in the ball game, as Jackson Colson, with 10 seconds left on the play clock, looks toward the sidelines. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Devon Little on the left, Carlos Ochoa on the far right. Jackson Colson takes the snap and is nearly sacked. He gets the pass away, but it falls incomplete, intended for Carlos Ochoa. It was a desperation throw by Jackson Colson to avoid being sacked with the ball. Carlos Ochoa probably could have made the catch had he had an extra yard or two, and that brings up 4th down and 15. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line, and they're going to bring Reed Honstein back out for a much more manageable 40-yard field goal attempt. He missed his last try on this drive before being roughed up. That was a 49-yard attempt. Did not quite have the distance, but he's had some time to think about it, and the kick attempt is up, and that time it's good. So 2:39 remaining in the ball game, and Eastview just made it that much harder for Bastrop to come back and tie this game up. It's now an 11-point game, a 2-possession game. The Patriots lead it 30-19. And we want to take this opportunity to thank you for listening to Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. Please keep Steven strong in your thoughts and prayers. He underwent some medical procedures this afternoon and could not be with us here tonight. He hopes to make his return next week, where the Patriots will be back on the road. But, of course, this is not the end of the SHN Sports broadcast weekend. We've still got Southwestern Pirate football tomorrow night. Rob Hipp will be on the call there, along with Galen Welnicki and the usual crew. They've had a blast broadcasting those games, and I hope you have had as much fun as I have listening to them. And reminders that if you want to sponsor one of the remaining 4 Eastview football broadcasts, there's only 4 games left. I don't know where the time went either, but those sponsorship packages start as low as $25 a game. So if you're interested, reach out to the owner of SHN Sports, Rob Hipp. His email address is rob, R-O-B, at shnsports.com. Rob at shnsports.com. R-O-B at shnsports.com. That's Rob Hipp. And the kickoff for Eastview is taken at the 15-yard line by Bastrop's number 2, Kalen Hodge. And Hodge has some space. He rolls out to the right side. He's got some lanes. He's got some blocks, but is ultimately brought down just shy of the 50-yard line by Eastview's Reed Honstein, the kicker himself. Always good to see when your kicker can make a tackle like that. And the ball will be spotted at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bastrop. So some decent field position after that kickoff return by Keelan Hodge. First and 10 for the Bears. Young drops back, and he's got a man at the 25-yard line. That is caught. That's Chris Henderson. What a catch by Henderson at the right hash mark. He rolls to make the catch, but is able to haul it in. And all of a sudden, Bastrop is driving. 2:20 and counting remaining here in the ball game. Desmond Young on 1st and 10. He drops back, has a man on the left side. It is caught. That's Cole Tidwell. He makes it to the 10. He breaks free from a tackler all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Bastrop, 24-yard touchdown catch, with most of those yards coming after the catch. And just like that, Bastrop cuts the lead, cuts their deficit, I should say, to 5. "24 yards for Cole Tidwell. And Carlos Martin, or no, they're going for 2. Made that assumption. Desmond Young rolls out to the right side on this 2-point conversion attempt, and he can't quite find a man. He throws, and the pass flies out of bounds, intended for Nathan Blair, but that falls incomplete. So now with 2:06 remaining in the ball game, Eastview leads it over Bastrop 30-25. We're gearing up for an exciting finish here. You got to think that the Bears are going to go for an onside kick. They do have 2 timeouts left. Eastview has all 3 of theirs, although I don't think they will be needing to use any of those timeouts. And the scoreboard messes up for a second. Briefly says the Bears have 40 points. That's not correct at all. Again, a little bit of fun. And Eastview lining up, expecting the onside kick. Mark Rodriguez is the sole returner back deep. Carlos Martinez is looking like he's going to kick onside. Eastview is expecting it. And it's a high kick. We'll see what happens. Eastview does make the fair catch. I believe that was Carlos Ochoa who made the catch. No, I'm sorry. That was Jordan Espinoza. Espinoza makes the catch. So Eastview will take over at their own 47-yard line with 2:06 remaining in the ball game. Reminder, though, that Bastrop has 2 timeouts remaining, so they need to get a 3-and-out here. Eastview can at least run out the clock. Bastrop has been pretty good so far about stopping Zion Hester, as Eastview has resorted to pretty much just allowing Hester to rush up the middle. So 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. And it's Hester. He rushes out to the right side. He gets a couple of yards, maybe 5 yards on that play. And that'll bring up 2nd down as Hester crosses the 50, and Bastrop will use their 2nd timeout of the half. Officially a gain of 5 for Zion Hester. And boy, that timeout that Bastrop took earlier in the 3rd quarter is coming back to haunt them right now. They could have used all 3 of those timeouts right now. So the clock will stop with 1:54 remaining here in this ball game. The Patriots leading at 30-25. We thank you again for joining us tonight for this special edition of Friday Night Football on SHN Sports. I'm Travis Banks. And Eastview, with a win tonight, would move to 2-1 in the district standings. Bastrop would fall to 2-1. It's been a crazy ride in this district so far this season, with no clear dominating team. So on 2nd and 5, it's another handoff to Hester, and Hester is brought down in the backfield by Bastrop's number 44, Simeon Thompson. So that brings up a 3rd down and long, officially a loss of 6 yards on that carry. And Bastrop will use their 3rd and final timeout to stop the clock with 1:48 remaining here in the ball game. They trail by 5. Not quite as eerie as last week's game against Brenham because Bastrop doesn't have possession of the ball yet. But Eastview needs to convert here to end the game. If they can't convert, Bastrop will have a chance with about a minute remaining, probably less than a minute. But they marched down the field in just 2 plays on their last offensive possession to score a touchdown. And there's some movement, flags flying everywhere. It's a false start on the offense. That is exactly what Eastview did not need to happen. So that'll bring up 3rd and 16. The ball will be spotted at the 41-yard line of Eastview, and Eastview now has 3rd and a mile to go. So here we go. Ball game here. It's a direct snap to Zion Hester, and he has a huge hole up the middle and is hit and knocked down after crossing the original line of scrimmage. Zion Hester made it probably back to the 50. I don't know if he crossed the 50 or not, but he did not get the 1st down, and the clock temporarily stops for an injured Bastrop Bear on the field. So Bastrop stops Eastview's offense, and will now have a shot at getting the ball back because you got to think Eastview is going to punt. They trail, Bastrop trails by 5, 30-25. And it's been a heck of a night for both of these teams. Zion Hester with a 98-yard touchdown run earlier in the second quarter. Isaiah Quentin Jackson had a 90-yard kickoff return touchdown. Reed Honstein nailed a 40-yard field goal. And Devon Little, of course, can't forget about him. He had 2 touchdown catches, one from 20 yards and one from 13 yards out. Both of those fade routes into the end zone. Meanwhile, Jacrae Quayton had 2 touchdown runs, both from 1 yard out. Cole Tidwell and Chris Henderson, the other 2 receivers, to score touchdown catches from Desmond Young. And interesting thing about this is, once again, no turnovers in this ball game. Both teams have been very well at done very well, a very good job of protecting the ball. 4th down and 8. And the clock continued to tick. It shows 1:17. They need to get that back to about I believe it was 1:35. And that's what they're waiting on. Game clock has still not been adjusted. They've got the play clock. Play clock is ticking. Something is wrong with the game clock now. And there we go. It's continuing to tick now. 4th and 8. Reed Honstein out to punt, and they're going to let the play clock roll out. One minute exactly left in the ball game. 5 on the play clock. 3, 2, 1, and Eastview will call their first timeout of the second half. So the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining here in the ball game. So Bastrop has a chance. Remember, they're only down by 5, so a touchdown will win it no matter what. They do, however, need a touchdown. And it should be Nathan Blair back to return for the Bears. He's gotten some decent field position for the Bears throughout the entire evening. If the Bears want to steal some of that mojo from Isaiah Quentin Jackson and get a kickoff return, now is the time. Here we go, 4th and 8. Nathan Blair back deep to return for the Bears. Reed Honstein will be punting the ball away for the Patriots. Honstein punts, and it's a good punt. It will not be returned by Blair, and it will be down by Eastview at the Bastrop 15-yard line. So Bastrop will have 45 seconds to drive 85 yards. They drove about 50 in 2 plays on their last offensive possession, and they scored 6, missing their 2-point conversion. A touchdown will win the game for Bastrop. And boy, to see Eastview blow 2 large leads at halftime 2 weeks in a row, I don't know if their fan base can take that. I don't know if the team can take that. 45 seconds to go. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line for Bastrop. Young in the shotgun formation drops back. It's a screen pass caught by Creighton, and Creighton catches the pass, makes it to the 20, does not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to roll. He's brought down a gain of maybe 4 on that play. Brings up 2nd down. Under 30 seconds to go. Bastrop lining up. They've got to spike the ball or get a playoff here. And Young takes the snap, drops back. He's looking to his right side, avoids a sack, avoids 2 defenders for Eastview, and he scrambles himself, gets the first down, and makes it out of bounds at about the 30-yard line with 15 seconds to go. The clock will stop. Bastrop gets the first down, and the ball will be spotted at the 30-yard line. 15 seconds to go. Eastview in a 4-3. Young takes the snap and drops back. He's got a man. Incomplete. Overthrew. Well, there was a receiver in the vicinity. That was Nathan Blair. I believe the pass was intended, however, for Donovan Strong. However, the pass fell in between the 2 receivers. And there is a flag on the play. Looks like that's going to be a penalty on Eastview for an automatic Bastrop first down. I missed what they said the flag was for. But the Bears have 11 seconds. Oh, a bad snap. Young wasn't ready for it. He's got to throw the ball away, and he does. That leaves 7 seconds left on the game clock. What a disastrous play for the Bears. But there is a flag, however, at the 40-yard line. We'll see what this is about now. The Patriots lead at 30-25, 7 seconds left. This has got to be the ball game. It's a false start on Bastrop. And that's understandable. There was so much miscommunication by the Bastrop players. But they'll put 4 seconds back onto the game clock, so 11 seconds to work with here for the Bears. 1st and 15, ball spotted at the 35-yard line of Bastrop. They've got to go 65 yards in 11 seconds. Young takes the snap, drops back. He's got to avoid the pressure, and he rolls out, he scrambles out, has a man, almost caught, but falls incomplete, intended for Jaquay Creighton. And there's 4 seconds remaining on the game clock now. 2nd down and 15. The Bears have one more chance. And Eastview is sending both of their safeties all the way back to the 30. They're not going to take this chance. 4 seconds away from victory for Eastview. Desmond Young sending a man in motion from right to left. That's Cole Tidwell. Young takes the snap, drops back, and he's going to scramble. And the game clock has run out, and Young tries to lateral the ball, but Donovan Strong catches it, and it's tackled. There's a very late flag, however. Eastview should win this game if that penalty is on Bastrop. We'll see what happens. That might be an illegal forward pass. Coaches are rushing the players all the way back to the sideline. Bastrop players have remained on their sideline. And the penalty is on Bastrop, so that'll be it for the ball game. The Patriots survive. They very nearly give up another halftime lead. They led it 20-7 at halftime, but they prevented the Bastrop comeback this week. It only happened 1 week this year. And Eastview comes away with a home win, 30-25. They move up to 2-1 in district play, and Bastrop gets their first district loss of the season. They fall to 2-1, 4-2 overall. Meanwhile, Eastview ups their overall record to 3-3 overall. They're back at .500 for the first time all season. They started out 0-2. Won 2 games in a row after that, so the first time being .500 in 2 weeks. Eastview defense played phenomenal tonight. Outside of a couple of key plays, they had a 4th and goal, stopped from the 2. They stuffed Jaquay Creighton, I should say, excuse me. and Eastview wins it 30-25 over the Bastrop Bears. Bastrop got lucky last week, defeating Cedar Creek by a point, 29-28. Their luck runs out this week as Eastview gets another home win, their third of the season. 3-1 here at Georgetown ISD Stadium this season so far. And those players are going to celebrate their victory with their fellow student body. As you can hear the school song, catch some glimpses of the action that we saw this evening. Quick scoring recap. Bastrop opened up the scoring in the first quarter with a Creighton 1-yard leaping touchdown run, leaping over the entire offensive and defensive lines. Eastview answered almost immediately with a 20-yard touchdown throw from Jackson Colson to Devon Little. And then after that 4th and goal stop, Eastview had it on their own 2-yard line, handed off to Zion Hester, and he ran for 98 yards for a touchdown. Eastview led it 14-7 at that point. And then that was followed up by another touchdown catch by Devon Little from 13 yards out. Reed Honstein missed the PAT. That made it 20-7, your halftime score. Bastrop scored yet again to start the third quarter out. Creighton with another 1-yard touchdown run made it 20-14. Or 20-13, I should say, after a missed PAT for the Bears. It was a 7-point game at that point. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Isaiah Quentin Jackson returned that kickoff 90 yards for a touchdown. Eastview led it 27-13 at that point. Chris Henderson, however, battled back for the Bears and caught a 12-yard touchdown catch. And that PAT was blocked on that possession, making it 27-19. Honstein kicked a 40-yard field goal to give Eastview their 30 points for the night. They led it 30-19 at one point, and then towards the end of the fourth quarter, Cole Tidwell caught a 24-yard touchdown throw from Desmond Young, and that was the final score of the night. They missed the 2-point conversion following that touchdown catch. And your final score, the Eastview Patriots 30, the Bastrop Bears 25. We'll give the Offensive MVP award to Zion Hester for that 98-yard touchdown run. And we'll give a shout-out to the rest of the offense as well for no turnovers. And the defensive MVP for Eastview, we'll give that to one of the special teams players, Isaiah Quentin Jackson, who also plays on defense. But this one will be for special teams, that 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Eastview going to celebrate this win tonight and enjoy that cold weather coming through with that cold front for the rest of the weekend. As for the rest of the SHN broadcast family, we will be back on the air live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. for Southwestern Pirates football. Rob Hipp and Galen Welnicki will be on the call for that one. And as for myself, I will be returning next week when the Eastview Patriots hit the road yet again for another district game. That'll just about do it for us up in Georgetown. Once again, your final score, Eastview 30, the Bastrop Bears 25. I'm Travis Banks. From all of us here at SHN Sports, have a great weekend, and so long from the Lone Star State.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal and copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com.